Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I hope you have some time to sit down, relax, and churn on some of this wisdom, some of this knowledge that I've put together for us all. This video is going to be in regards to Mr. Vain, obnoxious, conceited, um, oh, oh my God, there are so many terms that I could come up with to describe a Martell and many others. But today we will be discussing Martell and Arionne. She's no longer a side chick, um, but we will be discussing her and Martell. And the main event is Martell, sometime last year, he had noted that him and the young men that you see here in this photo, Chris Fletcher being one of them, which is his buddy, the contractor, are high value men. So I don't know, I'm sure you all are aware of Kevin Samuels. Oh my goodness, he's a mess, a real mess, you know. And so Martell is a huge fan of Kevin Samuels. He's been indoctrinated with his teachings of what a high value man is in today's society and the women that they prefer to have and that they want. We'll get into it. The statement I will be reading from you is from the one and only Martell Holt on his definition of a high value man and what they want. First, let me say this. According to Kevin Samuels and others, a high value man is a man of stature, a man of leisure, a man of stability, a man making over $100,000 in income. A high value man, a successful man, a well dressed man, a mature man, and, a man of great value. So, getting back to Martell Holt, a high value man, on what a high value man is looking for, excuse me. Where are the women that are submissive? That's number one. We talked about that in my last video. Okay. Arionne is very submissive. Okay. That is a key factor. She knows how to humble herself. She's very quiet. She speaks when spoken to. I'm sure she gets out of hand every now and then, but she knows how to pull it back together. And they love that. They love a henpeck. Oh my goodness, y'all are going to get me into some things. They love a henpeck woman who doesn't talk back. Okay? And we understand that our girl Mel is not the one. Okay? She has her own opinion. Nobody's saying you have to be disrespectful, but you have a voice and you're going to speak up when you don't agree. Okay? So submissive is one. Feminine, I agree, but you draw the line, with the femininity that they're talking about. No, you don't have to be dressed to the nines all day, every day. But this is what a high value man is looking for. Feminine women is a huge piece, okay? Because they want that arm candy. They want you as a item, as a thing instead of a person. You're pretty much their trophy. You're somebody that you're an accessory. You're somebody that they get heads turned, when they walk down the street. So you're pretty much like their briefcase or the suit they're wearing. You're just an additional part of, their being. Your beauty needs to attract attention to them. So you need to be feminine, keeping your hair done at all times, keeping your nails well manicured and groomed at all times, dress fitting, physically attractive, petite particularly, of a certain weight, beautiful hair. They prefer you not wear, wigs and fake hair. They say they want women with natural hair, but I believe they rather it be straightened. Okay. From the things that I've heard from high value men, it's not too much of a natural look that most African American women have. We have natural hair, but a lot of us tend to want to look European, that Brazilian sort of, um, they call this an exotic looking woman. Okay. So a lot of us flock to, wearing wigs, just straight hair. We do grow out our natural hair. A lot of women have become natural in, previous years. And they are growing their natural hair, taking care of their natural hair, but they don't wear it out. They wear it, they call it as a protective styles. So they will wear the other hair on top of, their natural hair, which is in a growing state. You know, Not saying everybody does it to attract or please a man, but the majority of people do it, for their appearance because they don't feel comfortable wearing their natural hair, out. Like it or lump it. It's a fact. Some women, have become sure and sure in themselves and who they are, and they're comfortable with wearing their hair out. Most women prefer than wear their hair out, they'll wear braids. Braids is a pretty much safe area for a lot of women who have become natural. Instead of wearing their hair in the coarse, state that most of us have, um, they prefer to either have it pressed, straightened out, which we see our friend Arionne has beautiful hair. And again, like I said, most women, hair is a big deal. Hair, they say hair is their crown, their glory, their temple. Some women don't really care about hair, but the majority, hair is a really big piece to their self-esteem. Like it or lump it, as I say. Okay. And so, again, we spend billions of dollars on hair products. Yes, I love it. I love a washing set, a roller set, get my hair blown out. All of that is beautiful. It is. But at what cost are we doing these things? You understand? Is it self-pleasing to us, or are we doing it to please another species, another human being? Let's talk about it. So, the feminine piece is a big piece. Uh, Fit, they want her to be physically fit, because most of them are in the gym, not because they want to, but because they have to. You understand? It's it's a mind thing. It's a mindset. It's good to be healthy. It's good to work out, but understand that some people do it to the extreme. Like our brother Martell. He is very physically fit. You understand the time that he spends in the gym. The gym is a big piece to his life. And, you have to wonder, is it a fix for him? Is it a vice for him? A vice meaning that some people vices are smoking weed, drinking alcohol, sex. There's all kinds of vices. Some people's vices are working out. You see them, it's beyond discipline. It's beyond discipline. Some people, you see them running, rain, sleet, or snow, they have to go to the gym. It's not a want, it's not a need, it's a must. They can't even function if they don't work out. You understand? It's a part of their it's a part of their life. They don't even feel whole. They don't even feel good about themselves if they don't. It's not a matter of, oh, I don't feel like going to the gym today. I just won't go. No, these people will beat themselves up. They will not be themselves without checking this off of their list. It gets very deep. So when you see people, yes, some people are very disciplined. You understand? Some people do it because it's good to do. It's good to be physically fit. It's good to, keep your body. But others do it as a chore, as a job. It has to be done. They don't have a choice. It's like a psychological, it's definitely a mind situation. And it's a huge piece if you look into it. So we've touched on fit. They want you to be friendly. They want you to be able to network, to meet people, to be, socially engaging, to be very friendly, to not cause chaos, to not cause drama, to not draw attention to you or your relationship with them. To be feminine, to be, and all this is looked at, when they describe a feminine woman. Okay. So the fit, we touched the fit. We went into friendly. They want you to be cooperative. Be cooperative with your husband, your mate. Don't back talk. Don't be argumentative. You know, Listen to what he says, agree with what he says. 9 times out of 10, he knows more than you. This is their perspective. 9 times out of 10, he knows what's best for the relationship. Okay? And so just be cooperative. Hear him out. Don't be so mouthy. Don't be so boisterous. Don't, stay in your place as a woman. Stay in the background as a woman. You understand? This is all centuries ago, you know, um, thinking. This is centuries ago thinking. You know, Women were to stay in their place. Women were to speak when spoken to. Women wouldn't dare get involved in a conversation that men were having. Men wouldn't dare think that she could make decisions for her family. Women wouldn't dare think that she could be in charge of the finances of a family. Women wouldn't dare think that she could buy a home without a mate, or that she could even live a comfortable life without a husband or a mate. And I'm all for marriage. Don't don't be mistaken by what I'm saying. I'm giving you the perspective of this high value man that we are talking about. Okay? So we touched on fit. We went to friendly, cooperative, conventionally attractive. What does that mean? Conventionally attractive. I mean, we could dive into that a lot of different ways. Conventionally attractive. I'm not certain on what they're talking about here, but is it natural beauty? Pretty much less is more with the makeup. Natural. Someone with beautiful features from birth. You know, Conventional, not adding too much, not doing the whole big surgery behind that we see a lot of, not looking like a mannequin, or, Like a Barbie doll. I don't know. Is that what they're talking about? Conventionally beauty, with your own beauty, you didn't, it's not a surgical beauty. You didn't have to go to a doctor to be enhanced, which this is a lot of what they are attracted to. They'll say they don't want that, but that's what, they are pretty much looking for in a woman. Okay, so that's why you see a lot of women, yes, some are doing it for themselves, but most are doing it for the attraction of a man. Okay, again, not everybody, but the majority. Okay, they've heard and listened to people like this Kevin Samuels because women hate him. Women do not like him. Yes, a lot of the points that he make are true. And women don't like the majority of what he's saying, but they flock to him to where they have brought this guy up so high on his pedestal. You understand? He's making millions of dollars on YouTube and hasn't even been on YouTube long. Why? Because he is telling the women that they can teach them how to get a high value man, which is the aspiration of many. Okay? They don't know about the plumbers and the electricians and, the blue collar jobs. And, these guys make big money. He's not talking about this dirty, type of businessman or, man that makes very good money. He's talking about maybe lawyers, finance, doctors, or probably not even doctors, but people that's mostly into finances, stocks, and so on and so forth that, make this kind of money every month. Every, yearly. And so it's a whole, like I said, it's a whole manosphere. It's a whole group of men that have been indoctrinated with all these type of teachings. And it has just exploded within the last couple of years. So we said conventionally attractive. And the other piece that he didn't say that I left out is most of the high value men feel like they should have their wives, okay, because they're looking for women to stay home and take care of, it's okay if you work or whatever when you meet them, but most of them want you, because part of the feminine piece, and they want you to stay home, to stay presentable, to keep yourself, to take care of the kids. They don't really they feel like they can handle the household. They feel like their income is enough to take care of the family. They feel like they want their wives to be home, dinner cooked on the table, taking care of the kids, to be presentable when he comes through the door, whenever he decides to come through the door. Whenever he decides to come through the door, you should be willing and waiting at all times and ready to answer his beck and call. They're not really looking for that boss chick, that go-getter, that, woman that's here, there, everywhere, which is fine. But we're speaking about the high value man. That's not really what they're looking for. Most of them feel like they can have their wife at home and a girlfriend on the side, or two. Because I've worked to this status, many women sought after me. I'm in the 1%. You should be lucky that I chose you as a wife. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Egotistical. Okay? And they will tell you. They hold no punches. They pull no punches. It's not a secret. Know your place. Know that I will be seeing other women, but know who I'm coming home to. Period. And if you don't like it, you can leave. And there'll be somebody waiting to fill your shoes. And most of us are so shallow that we agree. We agree as long as we can be in a beautiful home, drive a nice car, we're able to go and get perhaps a Louis Vuitton bag, Fendi. We could shop at any store, any outlet, any high end store that we want. We could wear all the most expensive things, have beautiful jewelry, but we're lonely. Women in this situation, most of them are very lonely. Rich, but lonely. Rich, but lonely. Can travel, can do whatever, have nannies, housekeepers, everything at their beck and call. But the one thing that they yearn for, the man and his love, is not available. It's available part-time. Oh yes. Oh yes. This is serious. This is serious. We have all the reality TVs, and many women aspire to live like a Nene, like a Candy, like a Marlo. Yes. This has indoctrinated our society in a major way. Yes, it has. Whether you believe it or not, just open up your eyes and take a look at it. But, and a lot of women are doing this stuff, are trying to live this lifestyle on a paying wage. They don't even understand that a lot of this stuff that they're portraying to you is fake. A lot of this stuff that they're portraying to you, they don't even pay for. Like your Cardi B, she'll show you 100 Birkin bags, which is beautiful. But, it's not said that Birkin is sending her bags for free. She's not paying, even though she has the money to pay for this. She gets them free to advertise to you because they want you to go out and buy it. And women are spending weeks of paychecks to fit in to this box, to this status, when you could never keep up, because there's a difference between the kind of money that they make, which is easy money, it seems, but we know what comes with celebrity. We know what comes with putting your life out on display. We know this is what I want us to use this stuff as a teaching mechanism, as a teaching tool, to see the glitz and glamour. All that glitters is not gold. Yes, it's nice. It looks very nice. It looks rewarding. It looks, like this is something, you may desire. But when you get into it, when you get into the thing as a whole, okay, it's a lot that you sacrifice. It's a lot that you sacrifice. So I just wanted to add that last piece in, because the main idea is that the wife, yes, she has all that she wants and needs. But does she really have the husband? Are we settling women? Are we settling to, you know, um, to have this status that it looks like, we've arrived, but we don't have our husbands to ourselves. We know that we're sharing our husbands with Susan, Mary, and Jane, because that's part of the package. You know this going in. It's not a secret. They let you know going in that these are the things you will be subjected to. So that's how a high value perspective from Mr. Martell Holt. And he said that damn Kevin Samuels, okay? That's the one we're talking about. Somebody said they were, okay, he said that damn Kevin Samuels. Somebody said that the women were on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Oh, and these guys are taken, speaking about his friends. So I said all of that to say that our girl, our friend that we love to learn from and, learn not what not to do or be is Miss Arionne Curry. She recently did a live speaking about Mr. Said Kevin Samuels. So we must know that she is very well endowed, very knowledgeable of who Kevin Samuels is. Why? Because Martell has introduced her. Perhaps she's found him on her own, but I'm almost certain that her and Martell probably sit and watch Kevin Samuels together. Okay? Because he wants her indoctrinated. He wants her to know how to keep him or any other high value man that she may, set out to get. So I'm almost certain they spend countless time watching Kevin Samuels as entertainment, but as well as education. Okay. And so she recently did a live and was speaking to her audience, women preferably, about Mr. Kevin Samuels and how her and, she can't stand him. And, how she does agree with some of the things that he says, but she knows that she be wanting to call and go on his platform, but she knows Kevin Samuels will give her pretty much a spanking. He will rip her to shreds. She knows, she even mimicked what he would sound like chastising her. Yes. She also indicated that her and Martell saw him at the mall when they were in Atlanta. And Martell asked her or encouraged her to take a picture with Kevin Samuels, as if she was his biggest fan. And she said she declined, she said no, but he asked her to go and take a picture with Kevin Samuels. I don't know if he would have wanted to display that or whatever. But let me go ahead and let you all get into her video and what she had to say about Mr. Samuels. Thanks again, guys, for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys again. Thank you. Also, guys, I forgot to mention when Martell indicated that him and his friends, these guys here in the photo, are high value men and the type of women that they're looking for. A commenter said, high value men, but are you all faithful? Okay, and I'll put that comment after this post. And Mr. Martell, in his vain self, said, hell no. Period. Thanks again, guys. Another gentleman with great wisdom said to Martell and any of the other fools that were listening that believe in his theory, how about you stop following a man, Kevin Samuels, and get yourself in a Bible-based church and follow God? Then all your priorities will fall in order. God forgives, and if you get God in your life, you'll find the key to putting your life back together. God bless, brother. Iron sharpening iron, excellent advice. And from what we've seen recently, Martell has taken his advice or others' advice because he has been putting God on the forefront. So we don't know, what his relationship looks like with God, but I'm certain he is choosing to, I'm sure he has asked God for forgiveness, and he is choosing to include God in his life in these days to come. So thanks again, guys. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Do you listen to Kevin Samuels? Let's talk about Mr. Samuels. Cause see, do y'all think Mr. Samuels be on some bullshit? Where Shrek have all them kids? He be cracking me up. I hate him. Yes. Yes and no. Absolutely. I can't stand his disrespectful tail self. He tell hard truth sometimes, LL. I mean, I feel like sometimes he does speak truth, but I feel like sometimes he's so pro man. Like, the nerve of you. The nerve of you to hate women so much. That's what I get. At first it was entertaining a little bit to me. Like, oh, okay. Like, he does say some good points. But then it's almost like he be trying to get us together. Like, we just, like, the worst. Like, we just... And I can't even request to be in a video because y'all know he gonna come for me so fucking hard. I don't care. I ain't thinking about him. Hell, he be on some bullshit. I do feel like some of it is good truth. I feel like some of it is constructive criticism for women. Some of it is we should look at, oh, okay. But then it's like he praised men. Like, men don't do no wrong. And they the main ones. Kevin Samuels gonna come for me so hard. I can see him now. And you had the nerve to be what in your right mind? Who raised you? Who was your mother? Who was your father? Like, boy, pipe down. The fuck? I make my own decisions. He treats black women like we should be grateful or something. Hi, Portia. Portia, I was literally just talking about you the other day. Hi, girl. I told my baby daddy we met and that you was my friend. Literally the other day, Portia. What are you doing? He was looking at me like... You think he has personal issues within himself? I definitely seen him when I was in Atlanta and I was at Phipps Mall, and I was asked, like, you want to take a picture with him? I laughed. What? A picture? He was in a 2-door BMW, a little white BMW, minding his business, walking, doing his whatever. I seen him though. I ain't thinking about him. Portia, I told him where we met. Shh. I told him where we met, girl. He's like, oh, I remember you telling me that because I told him I met a friend. Yep, I told him where we met. I literally, it was probably yesterday we was talking about you. Can't say too much on live, girl. Yeah, a little Tudor BMW. I feel like any man that drives a Tudor car, you already scared.